right, yeah, we are back today in our third part of our series, Vision. This is where we've been looking at God's vision for us and the world's vision and how we live in this world and reach this world, but stay true to what God has planned for us. We're going to be looking at technology today, something that's really big and has really taken over our lives. The technology was meant to be a great thing, though. But the world's turned it, in a lot of ways, the world's turned it for evil. There's so many great aspects of technology, but oftentimes we forget to use them for exactly what they're meant to be used for. I mean, like, we have laptops right here. I use one for these to keep me in check, to make sure I'm saying what I'm supposed to say, to make sure I'm staying on the right page and all that. But oftentimes we use them for other things. We have our phones, and oftentimes we use them to hate on other people with social media. But we have so many great options for them. Technology was meant to be great. And I can even use the example of Facebook. It was meant as an online directory for college students so that you could reach out to people and keep in touch with people. And now, more than ever, it's tearing the world apart because people post their political views, and if it's not the same as yours, they're wrong. And if you disagree with someone, they're going to lash out at you. And technology now is not being used the way it's intended. It's meant for good. So let's bring it back to good. In Romans 16, verses 17 through 19, Paul warns us this: I urge you, brothers and sisters, to watch out for those who cause divisions and put obstacles in your way that are contrary to the teachings you have learned. Keep away from them. For such people are not serving our Lord Christ, but their own appetites. By smooth talk and flattery, they deceive the minds of naive people. Everyone has heard about your obedience, so I rejoice because of you. But I want you to be wise about what is good and innocent about what is evil. Paul warns us about how this world has taken things that might have been made for good, and they put their twist on it. They put their twist on these things, and they use it for their own purpose. They use it for their own good. Paul warns us about falling into the traps that are set by the world. And now more than ever, we have a division between good and evil. And technology is a big root of that, whether it be on social media or mainstream media, mass media. We have this thing that's pushing a division between right and left, between black and white, between Jew and Gentile even. There's division in the world. And that's not the intent of these things. Social media, I know, was intended so that you could keep in touch with your friends, so that you could see what people you know are up to and how their lives are going. I went to high school with someone. I want to check on them on social media now that we go to different colleges. Maybe that's what it's for. I still go to college with someone, and now I'm home for the break, and I want to see what my friends are up to. That's what we're meant to be using social media for, to stay connected, not to become divided. We don't need to give up technology, though. That's not what I'm saying. But we need to learn how to use it for good. See, if I got up here and I told you, get off all your social media accounts, delete every social media you have, throw your phones in the fire, throw your computers in the pool, throw your tablets in the lake, all that. If I told you all that, if I said basically if I came up here and basically told you to go Amish, I'd be the biggest hypocrite ever. And I'm not saying that we need to get rid of technology, because there's so many good things that come out of technology. There's so many good things that technology can be used for. But what I'm saying is refocus how you're using it. Refocus the use of it back to God, back to good. We need to make the most of what we have and use our resources to spread the gospel. We have things such as Zoom, where we can do Bible studies and community groups and just keep in touch with people via Zoom. We have YouTube, where we can watch our sermons on YouTube live now because of COVID and everything that's happened with that. We have this technology that can keep us connected and keep us strong in our faith and continue to provide us resources to spread love, not hate. but we have to use it, and we have to go in with the intention to spread love and not to spread hate. Which means we have to use it at its root and not twist it to make it something of our own. Remember, these things are often twisted with people using smooth talk and flattery. They make it sound good, but then they use it for evil. So now more than ever, the technology we have can be used for good. And oftentimes, it was even made with that intention. Like I said, Facebook was made to keep people connected, but now it's used for hate. Instagram, same thing, for people to be connected. Twitter, it can be used as a great source of news. I'm a big women's soccer fan, and it's really hard to find information and news and stats about women's soccer anywhere outside of Twitter. So I can use it for that, to get that news, to get that information, but oftentimes Twitter's used because you can hide behind the screen and say something you'd never say to someone's face. We've fallen into the trap of the world. We've fallen into using something good for evil. We've fallen and let the world twist technology and social media and mass media and all of that. We've let the world twist it for evil. We need to go back and use what we have for the right things. We have so many options. On Facebook, instead of spreading hate, instead of spreading these things that cause division, that are huge debate talking points, instead of saying that your opinions are right and that everyone else that doesn't agree with you is wrong, instead of saying that, simply spread love. And I'm not saying that technology is the only place we can spread love, because love needs to be spread throughout the world in any way, shape, and form. Technology is just a big place that needs love more than ever right now. But spread love wherever you are, wherever you go. You go and you pick up your fast food. It doesn't take any extra work, time, money to say, have a nice day, or to even say thank you. But it can be the difference between someone's day being great and being terrible. Say thank you and spread love that way. If you had a great experience somewhere, post about it online. If you miss someone, or if they posted an Instagram picture and they've lost a bunch of weight, they look good, let them know. Don't hate on the people that you disagree with, but love on the people who need to hear it. We need to find good again. We need to spread good. We were made for good, not for evil. God made us to love, not to hate. We were made for more than to just blend in and follow society as well. We were made for more than that. We were made to have joy in what is good. And sometimes what is good is different than what the world tells you to follow. So while society may tell you to use technology and to use social media to spread lies and rumors and evil and hate, it's meant for good. It's meant for good. Society will often tell you, and we'll get into this in the next video in this series, but society will also often tell you to use this technology to boost your appearance to something it's not. That's not what we were made to do. We were made to be vulnerable. We were made to love others. We were made to spread joy. So I want you to go in this week and think, how can I spread joy? How can I use technology for good? How can I use technology for God? And I'm not saying every single post that you post on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I'm not saying every single thing has to be a Bible verse or something about your faith. No. But be vulnerable. Be real. Be honest. Be loving. Spread joy. How can you spread joy this week? Through social media, through technology. How can you use it for good and use it for God?